Hello, everyone. Welcome to day 9 of Training Your Thinking, 21-day devotional, 21 days of mental discipline. Again, I want to remind all of you to invite your friends to subscribe to questchurch.com/podcast. And also share this if you don't mind. Of course, I'm Rick Hawkins, and I'm joined with one of my good buddies, Pastor Jimmy Smith from Truth Church right here in Norman, Oklahoma. Pastor
Yes,
Jimmy,
sir.
thanks for joining me today, man.
I'm honored to be with you, Bishop. As always, thank you for allowing me to be with you today.
And let me just tell you, he is always instant in season and out of season.
With you, you have to be.
Yeah, this is the second time I've called him, just on the spot and said, come join me to do something. And he's always prepared. So I appreciate you doing this.
Thanks, Bishop. I love this book. Love what you're doing.
Thank you, man. Thinking with an Attitude. So if you have your books, let's prepare to read. In 1910, Wallace D. Wattles wrote his book, The Science of Getting Rich. A central part of the book is about thinking with a certain attitude regardless of circumstance. To think what you want to think is to think truth regardless of appearances. To think according to appearances is easy. To think truth regardless of appearances is laborious and requires the expenditure of more power than any other work you have to perform. That's quite a quote.
That is.
This requires the power of optimistic thinking. That's going to be our focus today. There's something magnetic about optimistic people. They have a gravitational pull.
Yeah.
In the same way, pessimistic people have a repelling force. Amen to that.
That's so true.
The attitude in which you think is always your decision. I'll read that again. The attitude in which you think is always your decision. How is your thought attitude? Is it negative or is it positive? What would others say about it? Are others encouraged by your optimistic attitude, or do you discourage them with pessimism?
Wow.
Both optimism and pessimism can be contagious.
Yes.
Think about it. It is difficult to think positively in the midst of negative people. On the other hand, it is difficult to think negatively in the midst of positive people. We all know that birds of a feather flock together. Sometimes we need to change our flock in order to regain our optimism. Martin Seligman said in his book, which is entitled Learned Optimism, depression is nothing more than its symptoms. It is caused by conscious negative thoughts. There's no deep underlying disorder to be rooted out, not unresolved childhood conflicts, nor unconscious anger, and not even brain chemistry. Emotion comes directly from what we think.
Wow.
Think I am in danger, you'll feel anxiety. Think I am trespassed, you'll feel anger. Think loss, you feel sadness. Depression results from lifelong habits of conscious thought. If we change these habits of thought, we will cure depression. Another great quote.
That is.
The power of positive thinking is irreplaceable. Winston Churchill said, I am an optimist. It does not seem too much use being anything else. An optimist is a person who anticipates the best possible outcome from every circumstance. What matters the most is to make the best out of every situation. Be positive in your thoughts today.
Man.
Have an optimistic attitude. Train your mind to be optimistic. We'll close it with one more quote, and then we'll get some thoughts from Pastor Jimmy. Nothing can stop the man with the right mental attitude from achieving his goal. Nothing on earth can help the man with the wrong mental attitude.
Wow.
That came from Thomas Jefferson. So, Pastor Jimmy, it seems to me, the world is full of pessimistic people.
Sure is.
And as I wrote in this devotion, optimism does have a gravitational pull to it.
Absolutely.
Optimistic is something that is ensued, not pursued. Optimism.
Wow. That's
So,
good.
in other words, when you find purpose, it brings you a sense of optimism.
Wow.
You find joy, it brings a sense of optimism.
I believe that.
Elaborate a little bit on this part of this book and tell us your thoughts.
Think about the optimist that fell off the 10-story building. About 5 stories down, he screams, "So far, so good." No. Really, it is all how you look at something, and it's
Yeah.
so easy in life to allow our situations and our circumstances, as you wrote in this chapter, to dictate our emotions and how we feel, and
Yeah.
we fall into the trap of being the thermometer rather than allowing our thoughts to be the thermostat,
Oh, wow.
where the thermostat sets the tone for our life. The thermometer just indicates what's happening at the moment.
Yeah,
and
that's
I
true.
think that the power of optimism to set the thermostat of our life, that this is where I'm going, and it's even stronger than optimism, because I heard it said one time that the pessimist says the glass is half empty, the optimist says the glass is half full.
Yeah.
But we as believers say, "My cup runneth over."
Wow.
And so it's
Yeah.
we set the thermostat based on the promises of God, and to know that He is for us. And so
Yeah.
there's a lot of power in optimism.
It really is. And, optimism comes from two words, opti, which is vision,
Oh yeah.
and then mist, which is fog.
Huh.
So an optimist really is a person that has the ability to see through the fog, to see their future through the fog that they're facing.
Wow.
And man, I've watched you over the years, and you are always optimistic about life and the things you're going through, and encouraging to be around. And I appreciate you coming over here today. Any final words on this?
I
thought?
appreciate you so much, Bishop, and you've been such a dear friend over all the years. And as you said, optimism is absolutely attractive, and it draws people around it. So as you face your day to day, know that God is for you, and watch the magnetism of God just draw people towards you and draw favor towards you as you begin to think the best. Thank you, Bishop.
Yes, indeed. And your best is yet to come, so
Amen.
be optimistic about it. And we'll see you tomorrow for Training Your Thinking.